morning, students. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now we met again in a new topic called writing an essay. After we learned about on how to write a paragraph, now we're learning on how to write an essay. Okay, so you're still with me with my Yunita from Language and Arts Department, Universitas Bengkulu. This topic is prepared for the academic writing class. Right, now let's see what is an essay. What is essay? So Oshima and Holt mentioned that essay is a piece of writing several paragraphs long instead of just one or two paragraphs. One paragraph we have learned previously. Now it is a piece of writing several paragraphs long instead of just one or two paragraphs. This is mentioned by Oshima and Holt in 2007, page 101. Another opinion on what is an essay, or mentioned by Zimax and Romisax in 2005, page 56. They said that an essay is a group of paragraphs written about a single topic and a central main idea, and it must have at least 3 paragraphs. But a 5-paragraph essay is common length for academic writing. So it's different from a paragraph that's only consists of 1 paragraph, for example, and this essay at least has like 5 paragraphs. Okay, so this is how is the essay format in general. First one, the essay has the introduction or the introductory paragraph, and it consists of general statements and thesis statement, and it also has the body of the paragraph or the body of the essay, which consists of 1, 2, 3 paragraphs, and finally it's also ended by a conclusion. We will learn this type of part after this. Okay, see, this is also from Oshima and Holt. We can see how the difference between paragraph and the essay. In here we see that paragraph consists of topic sentence, supporting detail, and then concluding sentence. Meanwhile, in essay, this is the mini one, and this one is the bigger one. In essay, it also consists of this topic sentence become the introduction, which consists of general statement and thesis statement, and supporting detail or supporting sentence become the body, become the topic sentence in here, and the topic sentence, and then topic sentence, and also it has concluding sentence, which become the conclusion here in essay, and it is the restatement or summary of the main point or final comment. Right. Now let's go to the introductory paragraph. The introductory paragraph has 2 parts: general statement and thesis statement. General statement usually introduces the general topic of the essay and captures the reader's interest to read your essay. Meanwhile, the thesis statement states the specific topic, and it may list subtopics or subdivisions of the main topic or subtopics, and it also may indicate the pattern of organization of the essay, and then is normally the last sentence in the introductory paragraph. So it's normally. Right, now we are going to see the example of the introductory paragraph here. If you see this page, you can see that the introductory paragraph for this example consists of 4 lines or 4 sentences. 1. When the first European came to the North American continent, they encounter the completely new cultures of Native American peoples of North America. And then this green one is another sentence, and the black one is another sentence, and the blue one is also the fourth sentence of the general statement. So the general statement here consists of four sentences, and the thesis statement comes at the end of this paragraph. Here we go. As a result, Native Americans have made many valuable contributions to modern U.S. culture, particularly in the areas of language, art, food, and government. So, actually, this essay will talk about these four things: areas of language, art, food, and government. And this is the thesis statement, which means that at the core of the introductory, it has this thesis statement which will guide the reader to the topic sentence that will be um, described after the introductory paragraph. Now, let's go to another example of thesis statement. In here, you can see that the thesis statement is the most important sentence in the introduction. It states the specific topic of the essay. Let's see here. Native Americans have made many valuable contributions to the modern U.S. culture. This is an example from the previous year's example that we have learned. And the other one, young people in my culture have less freedom than young people in the United States. And then the third one, the large movement of people from rural to urban areas has major effect on cities. So if this thesis statement is being used, so it will talk about this stuff, these things. For example, he has major effect. Then the essay will describe about the major effect on the cities, the major effect of the large movement of people. And sometimes, you know what, the thesis statement lists the subtopic that will be discussed in the body. They make it longer, like in here, in our topic, or in our thesis statement. It's here made more detailed. Like Native Americans have made many valuable contributions to modern U.S. culture, particularly in the areas of language, one, art, food, and government. So it's they make the list of the subtopic, and so do for the next thesis statement. Here, see, young people in my culture has less freedom than young people in the United States in the choice of where they live, whom they marry, and what their job is. So the body paragraph will be three body paragraph. This one will be four, and this one will be the large movement of people has major effect on cities' ability to providing housing, employment, and adequate sanitation service. So the paragraph will be three paragraph of the body of the essay. So will be five paragraph in a whole. Now let's go to the body paragraph. Now the body paragraph is an essay. The body paragraph is an essay are like the supporting sentence in a paragraph. They are the place to develop your topic and prove your point. See the body paragraph should be organized according to some sort of patterns, such as chronological order or comparison and contrast and other type of essay. And sometimes, depending on your topic, you will need to use a combination of patterns. So basically, the body paragraph like the supporting sentence in a paragraph. The body paragraph. Now, the basic pattern for essay is logical division of essay, idea. So most of essay are in this type of logical division of idea. In this pattern, you divide your topic into subtopic and then discuss each subtopic in a separate paragraph. So logical division is an appropriate pattern for explaining causes, reason, types, kind, qualities, method, advantages and disadvantages, as this typical college exam question asks you to do. Usually you will be asked to make an essay, and probably you will go to the logical division of ideas type of essay. Now this is the example of the body paragraph taken from the book that I have shared with you, Oshima and Ho, 2007, page 68. See the body paragraph 1. First of all, Native American left a permanent mark on the English language. So this is the topic sentence for this paragraph, and the rest, the explanation about this topic sentence. And so does the second one. But the paragraph 2, although the vocabulary of English is the area that showed the most Native American influence, it's not the only areas of US culture that has been shaped by contact with Native American. Nah, apa itu? What is it? The other one, an art. Okay, that then this will talk about this body paragraph will talk about this influence. Now let's go to body paragraph 3. In body paragraph 3, mention that in addition to language and art, the first one is about language and the second one about the art. In addition to language and art, agriculture is another area in which Native American had a great and lasting influence on the peoples who arrived here from Europe, Africa and Asia. So body paragraph 3 will talk about this in a longer one. Until here it has supporting details like, for example, corn and chocolate were unknown in Europe. Now they are staples in US diet. So this paragraph, body paragraph, talk about the agriculture area, which is we got the influence from the movement of the Americans, American Native American culture. Not the movement, but the Native American culture. The last paragraph, body paragraph. Finally, so you can use the word finally. It may surprise some people to learn that citizens of the U.S. are also indebted to the native people for our form of government. So this paragraph will talk about how these influence, of the people, the Native American peoples to the U.S. culture, right? And until the end, the Native American models here. So, as a result, the present form of government of the United States can be traced directly back to a Native American model. Okay, this is taken from Oshima and Ho, page 68 to 69. Now the conclusion. After you got the introduction, the body, then you go to the conclusion. The conclusion is the final paragraph in an essay, and the conclusion has 3 purposes. First, it signals the end of the essay. So it says that to do so, begin your conclusion with a transition signal or transition signal. You can see this in Appendix C, page 297 to 1999. This transition signal is important for you, then you can learn it, which to use for which for a type of essay. Now the second purpose is it reminds your reader of your main point, which you can do in 1 or 2 ways. First, you can summarize your subtopics, or you can paraphrase your thesis, your thesis statement. not your thesis, undergraduate thesis. Now, the last one, it leaves your reader with your final thought on the topic. So, this is your opportunity to convey a strong, effective message that your reader will remember. So, the conclusion will not be long, but it's a signal at the end of the essay to remind your reader of your main points and leaves your reader with your final thought on the topic. This is the example, the conclusion example. In conclusion, you can use the in conclusion. For example, um, most of the time people will use in conclusion, but you can also use thus and or finally or mm, in summary, for example. It depends which transition signal you like, but the most common used one is in conclusion. In here, it states that in conclusion, we can easily see from these few examples the extent of Native American influence on our language, our art forms, our eating habits, and our government. Mm. The people of the United States are deeply indebted to Native American for their contribution to U.S. culture. You know what? After the introductory, the body, the conclusion, you should remember that uh, your essay should has the unity and coherent. To have this unity and coherent, an essay should has transition signal and the repetition of key noun link the paragraph into a cohesive whole. Okay, this is some example of signal words or transition words. For examples, if you give examples, for example, in supporting details, you can use for examples, for instance, to illustrate. Meanwhile, for organization or chronological order, you can say the 6 steps are blah 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 blah. Next, finally, first, second, third. Or you can say first, second, third. If you use secondly, so use firstly, secondly, thirdly. It should be similar. And then for additional point, you can say furthermore, in addition, also, or moreover. The most popular one usually in addition, but do not use the same additional point. You should make it vary. And then for opposing ideas, on the other hand, in contrast, although and however, if you want to mention new opposing idea. And then for similar idea, you can say likewise, similarly, in comparison. So this is the transition word that you can use. Another one is for exception. You can say however, nevertheless, but, yet, and still. And for emphasis, above all, finally, more importantly, if we want to emphasis on some sentence or some points here in your essay. For understanding, in other words, in essence, briefly. And then for summarizing, you can see, you can use in conclusion, to sum up, for this reason, in a nutshell. So you can use this type of words, this transition word, for your summarize, for your conclusion. Do not always use in conclusion, or in conclusion. You can use thus, you can use to sum up, and in a nutshell. For exams, you can say, remember this is important, this could be on the test. For exam, if you have the exam later on. This is the transition signals for logical division of ideas taken from the book Oshima and Holt, page 78. You see that the transition words and phrases here, similar to what I have mentioned before. But this for the logical division of ideas, you can use first of all, second, third, and etc. And then next, last, finally, also, in addition, moreover, furthermore. First, in addition, finally. And for coordinators, you can use and, but, blah blah blah, and not only but also. This one is the pair that cannot be separated. Both an increase in the supply of paper money and blah 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 da, 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 can cause inflationary tendencies. To lose weight, one must not only exercise regularly but also eat wisely. This is the example on how to use it. And the other one, you can use the first cause, reason, factors, etc. And then the or a second problem, result, advantages, until in addition to much and science, blah blah blah. You can use this. For example, a second cause in an increase in the supply of paper, blah blah blah. Then you can continue that. Then regular exercise is one way to get fit and lose weight. And in addition to government spending unrestrained consumer borrowing can cause inflationary tendencies. So this is some transition signal that you can use in your essay. The rest you can check it on the book, page 297 to 299 of the Oshima and Holt books in the fourth edition, published in 2007. See, that's it. So that's some some points from on how to write an essay for your ability in writing or in writing academic English. I hope you find it useful, and see you again in the next topic on academic writing. Thank you. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.